Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving right into something absolutely massive for schools, colleges, academies, and universities. We're going to look at exactly how educational institutions can drastically upgrade their entire digital infrastructure, and here's the kicker: for zero software cost. Zero. Now, if you're an administrator, a principal, or maybe an IT director, you know the drill. Modernizing your tech stack usually eats up a massive chunk of the budget. But what if it didn't have to? Let's unpack the source material and find out exactly how this works.
Okay, moving straight into Section 1, modernizing without the cost. Let's tackle the biggest hurdle schools face today. Are you looking to modernize your educational institute without paying for expensive software licenses? For most of you watching, the answer is a resounding yes, please. You obviously want the absolute best digital tools for your students and your faculty. But traditional enterprise software, well, they charge you per user per month. And when you've got hundreds or even thousands of students, that cost skyrockets into the millions before you even blink. It's an impossible barrier. But in this explainer, we're going to outline a totally budget-friendly solution that literally breaks that barrier down to nothing.
Which brings us to Section 2, Power of Professional Custom Emails.
Let's think about the very first thing parents and students actually notice: your institution's digital identity. We've all seen it, right? Institutional addresses like yourcollege123@gmail.com. It's literally a personal email being used to run an entire school. Now compare that to principal@yourcollege.edu.pk or info@yourinstitute.edu.pk. Just think about the undeniable difference in weight and authority there. A custom domain instantly establishes an internationally recognized, highly credible digital presence. Think about it. When a prospective student or a parent gets an official acceptance letter, that generic Gmail address just feels, well, temporary, unprofessional. But the custom email, it tells them right away that they're dealing with a serious, established, and fully modern educational institution.
So let's break down exactly why these custom emails matter so much. It's really not just about looking good, though that's a nice bonus. It's about your core institutional functions. Using a professional address like admissions@yourcollege.edu.pk actively builds higher trust and credibility. It gives you a rock-solid professional institutional identity, and you know what that leads to? Way better communication with students and parents, because they instantly know the message is official and secure. Plus, every single email you send from a custom domain is basically free marketing. It acts as stronger branding for your institute. But beyond all those public-facing benefits, it's an absolute game changer for improved data organization. You're no longer relying on a messy patchwork of personal email accounts where official school data can just get lost, or worse, compromised if a staff member happens to leave. Everything is kept centralized, organized, and totally official.
Let's move on to Section 3, Inside the Free Digital Ecosystem.
So the crucial question is, what actually happens once you establish that professional identity? Well, Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals offers eligible schools, colleges, academies, and universities a powerful digital ecosystem completely free. And I really want to emphasize that word, free. This isn't some 30-day trial. It's not a watered-down version that forces you to upgrade a month from now. For eligible Pakistani institutions, this is a permanent premium solution. You get the full weight and backing of one of the biggest tech companies on the planet to run your school's digital operations without paying a single cent for software licenses. No way, right? But it's true.
Let's talk about exactly what this free ecosystem actually includes. We're talking about a complete, interconnected suite of tools here. First off, you get that Gmail-powered institutional email system we just talked about, but it expands way beyond that. You get Google Classroom for online learning and Google Meet for virtual classes, all seamlessly integrated. For productivity, you've got Google Drive for cloud storage, alongside Docs, Sheets, and Slides. This gives your students and faculty a safe, secure place to create and collaborate. And behind the scenes, your IT team gets centralized user management, all running on a highly secure Google infrastructure. It's like a giant puzzle where every piece fits perfectly. It's not just random apps, it's a true ecosystem where every tool speaks natively to the others.
Let's connect the dots here and bring this back to your daily operations as an administrator. The professional institutional benefits are just massive. By utilizing this ecosystem, you actively build institutional credibility. You enable true digital classrooms and real-time collaboration. Plus, you get to centralize student and faculty accounts. Actually, think about what that means. If a student forgets a password, or you need to revoke a former faculty member's access, boom, it's handled from one secure dashboard. It natively supports remote learning and administration, which, let's face it, is absolutely crucial today. Ultimately, doing all this is going to seriously increase trust among your students, their parents, and your partners. You'll be operating at the absolute highest digital standard.
All right, Section 4, Unlocking Access with .edu.pk.
Now, you might be sitting there wondering, okay, what's the catch? How do I actually qualify for all this? Well, it really comes down to this. All you need is a registered .edu.pk domain name. That's it. That is brilliantly simple, isn't it? Securing a valid .edu.pk domain is literally the golden key to unlocking Google's entire free infrastructure. You don't need a massive IT budget. You just need that one specific domain registration to prove your eligibility. That single .edu.pk domain is the bridge that takes you from relying on outdated generic tools straight into a world-class digital ecosystem.
Finally, let's look at Section 5, Professional Deployment and Support. I know setting up a whole new system can sound pretty daunting. You might be feeling a bit of technical anxiety right now about how to actually roll this out. But you don't have to stress. Professional teams are out there ready to handle these exact steps for you. It's a straightforward path. Step 1 is domain setup, getting that crucial .edu.pk address. Step 2 is the technical stuff, your DNS and email configuration. Step 3 is the super important Google Workspace verification, proving to Google that you're an eligible school. And finally, Step 4 is the actual staff and student account setup. You seriously don't have to lose sleep over ID configurations. Experts can guide you seamlessly through this whole process.
So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Is your institution ready for an internationally recognized digital presence? You've seen the stark difference between those generic setups and a fully modernized Google-powered ecosystem. You've seen that these tools are incredibly powerful, they are completely free for eligible institutions, and that the only real key you need is a .edu.pk domain. It is absolutely time to ditch the generic emails, centralize your operations, and completely digitize your educational institution today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this empowers you to take that next big step for your school's future.